everyone. I'm Major Brian Foley with Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department. I want to thank members of the news media for joining us this morning to talk about a case of significant impact to our community, a very serious investigation that's ongoing. I'm going to introduce Major Melanie Peacock, with Criminal Investigations Bureau, to update you on this case and action that's being taken, and she'll be followed up by Major Jackie Briley with Patrol Division, or Patrol Bureau, to provide you some additional information on what the divisions are doing about this particular case. So with that, I'll bring in Major Melanie Peacock.
Good afternoon. Thanks for coming in today. Just want to talk about an incident that's happened this morning. About 8:40 this morning, CMPD received a 911 call involving a rock being thrown through a window of a daycare on Beatties Ford Road that contained some hate speech and some various threats directed toward children. Took place at the Marietta Carey Child Development Center, which is located at the 3300 block of Beatties Ford Road. We've already been working with that daycare. They've been very cooperative with us. They are reaching out to parents to inform them of the incident, and we're currently zone checking the daycares in the jurisdiction. It's really concerning because the incident this morning has some pretty clear links to a previous investigation that we spoke about on November 27th. That was the evening of November 27th, where a Mecklenburg County park ranger who was shot in a park nearby that location that the incident happened this morning. Currently, we're using our lab to process evidence as quickly as we can. A lot of that was already started from the first incident and is ongoing. And of course, with today, we're processing additional evidence as well to see what results we can get back as quickly as possible. We've been working in conjunction with the FBI on this case. They're heavily plugged in and helping us with whatever we need. But the main point I want to bring around today is that it's critical we get the public's help on this. 2 incidents, close proximity. It's very likely someone in the community might know who's responsible for this. And we need those people to step forward and call us and let us know what they find. We're eager to get hands on any surveillance video. People have personal videos that they think might have something to do with the incident. Anything that may have occurred over the weekend, we'd certainly be interested in getting that. But we just mainly want to get out and let the public know that this is going on. We're taking it very seriously and pursuing every investigative avenues that we can, as well as a patrol response. To talk a little bit about the patrol response, Major Briley.
Good afternoon. So as of now, all of our patrol divisions are utilizing highly visible zone checks around our daycare centers. All of our schools, obviously with our middle school and high schools, have school resource officers already assigned to them. As far as our elementary schools, we're using documented zone checks with our community coordinators and our first and second shift officers to spend some visible time in those locations and document those with zone check numbers. As of now, again, as Major Peacock said, we'd love for if anybody has any information, anything that may not seem as important at this time or before, any video footage, anything that you saw that didn't seem out of place when you saw it, but now after hearing this information may be helpful to the investigation, to please contact our Crime Stoppers or investigative units. Thank you.
Any questions from the group?
Question, was anyone injured? Any toddlers in the vicinity of where the rock came through the window?
No, nothing, no injuries to anyone at the daycare this morning, no.
Are you able to say what daycare this happened at or even what jurisdiction this happened in?
Yes, I did. It's the Marietta Carey Child Development Center on Beatties Ford Road.
Are you at liberty to say what type of hate speech was on this message?
I'm not going to go into investigative details at this point. I think we need to protect that for the integrity of the investigation.
Can you go into a little bit more detail as to how the link was made? Was it based more on proximity, or was there something there that kind of stuck out?
Well, obviously the proximity is part of it, but just the totality of the circumstances and some of the evidence contained, we believe that they are related, yes.
Do you know if the daycare had any surveillance video, or you guys have already done that right?
We're looking into getting anything that we've got. This just occurred, obviously this was reported a very short time ago, so it's all actively ongoing.
Any other questions from you?
This is out in the metro area division. How close is the actual park and the daycare?
Very close, I mean within walking distance, the proximity. So again, we're imploring the public, anyone with information, please call our Crime Stoppers line 334-1600. Any other information, please feel to call. Anything else?
How, I mean, this is relating with that incident that happened involving the park ranger. How difficult has it been to get those news tips? Because I know you've been appealing for those news tips, but I mean, this probably just complicates things a little bit more, but also on that same point though, how much have you guys been or not been getting tips from the public on that case?
Well, I can't go into how many tips and, what kind of tips we've been getting. Not a lot so far. I think this morning's, obviously with involving a daycare, involving children, parents are going to be visible, upset, as I would be. I'm a parent. I think it's going to generate a little more information with what we have now. We're hopeful that it will, and that it'll lead us to a suspect.
In regards, in general, to hate speech, I mean, you mentioned, this was in the tweets, and this was, as you mentioned during this does involve hate speech. This, shall we say, has to be a troubling trend.
I don't know that I'd call it a trend.
Well, there have been hate speech incidents that have happened nationwide. There have been hate incidents that have happened nationwide. This would potentially lead some to worry. Is there, in general, is this something you guys have been seeing? Is this something that is a worry to or the public should be worried about?
No, I mean, honestly, the first incident that we thought was probably an isolated incident, because this kind of incident is not common. Obviously, with what happened this morning, that accelerates things for us, and we want to get out in front of it and get out information to the public as quickly as we can in the interest of public safety.
Can you talk just generally about the concerning nature of hate speech, especially when it's targeted towards children?
Well, obviously, anyone who's a parent, anyone who has children or loves children, it's going to generate almost a visceral response. We take it very seriously. We don't know at this point who this person is and what their motivations may be, so we have to put out the information and take it as seriously as we can.
Can you just reiterate and refresh the community on the park ranger, where that happened and the date, and what his condition?
Yes, we did an earlier press conference on that. It was the evening of November 27th at the park on Cindy Lane, which is just around the corner from where this occurred this morning. Park ranger is fine. He's recovering from injuries. Other than that, we really don't have anything that we can say.
What time did that happen, in case, like you said, things are starting to make people think? Well,
We can get that to you after the press conference. I don't have the specifics right in front of me. Okay. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, everyone. We will update you through the Public Information Office as we get additional information in this case. Thank you for coming.